If you're advising a 20-year-old today, what infrastructure-related skill would you advise them to take in agriculture?
So for me, I would say that if you are not lying to yourself, so the first thing, not even agriculture, for anything you want to do, after you've gotten the knowledge and you're innovative about it, it's you understanding the infrastructure of that business first. If I knew, I would just go with him then. But still, I was not very convinced with that knowledge then. But even yourself, you don't even know the algorithm of the software. If you come to me for help for a business, for example, if it's not what you have been doing, I will only give you money for free.
We often celebrate innovation in agriculture. New apps, new models, new ideas. But before innovation can thrive, systems must exist. Welcome to the Grow Podcast. My name is Deborah Dairo, and today we are exploring a foundational conversation. Infrastructure before innovation. Why systems matter in agribusinesses. Across Nigeria, we see ambitious agripreneurs and bold agricultural ideas, yet without reliable power, structured IT systems, surveillance, and strong operational capacity, growth becomes unstable and difficult to scale. The truth is, no agribusiness can outperform the systems that supports it. But then I have someone in the studio who's going to talk about that. Timothy Aderemi is the CEO of Agribusiness Global Limited and founder of the Timothy Aderemi Capacity Development Initiative. With a background in maritime technology and deep expertise in IT, power, system, networking, and security infrastructure, Timothy brings a system-driven perspective to agricultural transformation. Timothy, welcome to the Grow Podcast.
Thank you very much.
I'm super excited to host you.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
So tell me, Agribusiness Global.
Okay, fine. Agribusiness Global, formerly known as Agribusiness Vine Technology. And the modification actually occurred at the point where we had to include agricultural services, where we do plantation setups, management and processing of palm oil. And also, the moment also we included precision farming and also now making broader, so looking at importation. So that's where the point where we had to adjust from technology concept to Global Limited, so which is now Agribusiness Global Limited.
That's beautiful. Today we are coming to talk about why systems matter in agribusiness. In your years of experience, do you think that innovation thrives where system does not exist? Do you think that agribusinesses with beautiful innovations can sustain themselves without systems?
Okay. First and foremost for me, like you said, innovation, fine. So which come out of knowledge. That means for you to say you're innovative, you've got knowledge in that thing. You know, as it goes, even for me, I'm a Christian and I'm always proud to say that, Bible says that as newborn babes. Now, further also at a point, it's also referring to a point whereby you are meant to grow. So no longer a baby. So that means when you've learned and you've known and you've gotten innovation and you've proven what you've known and you've discovered that actually what is needed, there is room for infrastructure. So, and that's the point whereby you say, talking about structure, talking about systems and process. So, because, in agriculture, for example, growing up in secondary school, we were taught we have subsistence farming and we have commercial farming. So when you are farming for yourself, it's fine, there's no problem. So it is you. So, and again, not forgetting that agriculture is so, it's not very certain because it's nature-based. So, never can tell the weather you're going to be getting. So, you never can tell the conditions that comes up for you and pest and all of that. So, that means, without structure, without infrastructure, so it's just more like a guesswork. So, you are not forecasting, you are not sure. And you cannot be risking your resources or people's resources at the verge of you losing it all because there is nothing to build on or to build with. So for me, while as much as innovation is very important, structure is more important after you've gotten the innovation.
Infrastructure, structure, systems, processes. You know, I remember when people talk about agriculture, I want to put it that agriculture is the new gold. You know, there was a time where oil is everywhere, then here comes up conversations around agriculture. You know, almost every conferences, Agriton, Hackathon, you know, bring it on. And people are talking about, they talk about the challenges, but they're also saying that there is gold in agriculture. Seest thou a young Nigerian who says, same there's money in this agriculture.
Sure.
Let me go and put my head in, especially because many international bodies are funding. Even some national bodies are funding. They are willing to sponsor. Some individuals are willing to sponsor. Here comes my question. Is infrastructure more important than funding for a growing... No, let me rephrase.
Okay.
For a new agribusiness, you're a startup. Which is more important, infrastructure or funding?
Infrastructure.
Tell me about it.
Okay, fine. You know, I also like using myself as an example for everything I do. You know, I don't like. I like risking myself than risking people. So for anything I want to do now, first I want to test run it. When I was going to agriculture, for instance, I did a personal practice for myself, and so at that point, I was not bringing anybody. I was not bringing anything from anybody. So I wanted to see now what will be required of me to make this thing commercialized. So, and out of which now then I saw how it went, and there I had to know, okay, now fine. So these are the processes that I need. That is it. So, and who are the kind of persons in the place of structure now do I need now to make these processes work? Then now, after I've gotten all of this answer now, then I come back to tell myself, is it what I want to do for people? So now get okay, now fine. So this is what I want to do for people. So now, like I said earlier, I said there's something they call conviction. That am I sure that if I engage people in this thing, I will get the right results for them? So, and that's why there are some things that I'm not doing yet in agriculture. Even that I've had people offering me that, can you do this for us? I will tell them, I have not tried it. So I've not gotten I've not known how to put the structure for this, not because I cannot do it. So what is required of me, I've not gotten them yet, and I'm not even sure on how to get them yet. So until when I am convinced about it. So for me, I would say that if you are not lying to yourself, so the first thing, not even agriculture, for anything you want to do, after you've gotten the knowledge and you're innovative about it, it's you understanding the infrastructure of that business first. So how does it work? Who do I need? Okay, what do I need to put in place? So who and what am I supposed to put in place for this? Then that's when you now sure that this is what I want to do. Then you can now request for funding. But the moment for me, you are making funding come first, you just want to risk resources.
Or you just want to chop money.
No, it's like, okay, now fine, okay, if you're a good person, you want to risk resources. If you're a bad person, you just want to eat money. So, and which is what I feel is happening in a lot of places now. Even I tell people, I said, you don't need money to start business. When people tell me, what are you saying? At least I think I've run like 3 different businesses without my money. Without money. And one thing also is that, I tell people, I said silence speaks. Silence speaks. So a point that who you are, so whether you like it or not, it will always reflect. And that will tell if you can be trusted or not. So when you're trusted, it will come up for you. So even in business, money is the last thing.
When we talk about infrastructure and putting systems in place, where there is a system, incompetence will definitely leak.
Exactly.
You will definitely, it will be very glaring to the blind eye.
Sure.
Do we have more of a skill deficit or a resource deficit in agriculture?
I think I have more of skill deficit, yes. Yes. Yes.
I'll take it from the place of farming. I don't know, maybe everybody can farm, because at one point in time, because of the kind of foundational structures we have in our schools, people tend to farm as punishment. So probably they must have grabbed a hoe or a cutlass before. But when we talk about skill, is it only limited to farming? Because I believe farming is not the only thing in agriculture.
It's not the only thing at all. It's not the only thing.
You are saying we have more of a skill deficit than the resource deficit. Expansion.
Okay, fine. Like I was saying, more like a trend of what I've been saying.
Yeah.
I still tell people, I said, knowledge is very important.
Very key.
So it is you understanding and knowing what you're doing. And I've always been saying that many of us, we want to do things first because of money. So and now leaving the place of knowledge. For example, now agriculture now is beyond farming.
Yeah.
At least they're now technical inputs now.
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine that what it does is supplying farm waters. That's what it does.
Amazing.
So you want water? It's giving water anywhere you want water. And it's giving water that you can even control from your house in Lekki, and your farm is in Ibeshegun State. So you don't have to be on the farm for you to do irrigation.
True.
So now, and it does its system, so that is even it does not farm. It gives water to farm. So and one thing is, and that kind of person now, I'm telling you now, is that just somebody that I knew from time that we grew together in tech. Even we came to power together. Then we just felt, I think I'm finding a new niche, and it's something very new. And I'm telling you this person right now, as in, if I knew, I would have just gone with him then. But still, I was not very convinced with that niche then. Okay. But I had a lot of things I was also doing too. So for me now, so it took his time now to set up laboratories, to work on those things and prove them.
I get you.
Now, and that is why now, as he's doing it, will be trusted. Because doing one went well, second one, third one, that is, for me, that's excellent. So, and from there, you get whatever recommendation you want to get, and you get to where you want to get to. But the moment you are feeling that, okay, now, what do you want to do? I want to start doing precision farming, automated irrigation. What do you need? I need money. And you don't even know how it goes and what you really need. Sure. Okay, now fine. Now you've gotten 50 million naira. So it's like, Mr. Shola, can you do this for me? Stuff and all of that. So before you know it, you get a programmer that will tell you, if I'm to do this for you, you are paying me 20 million naira. Even yourself, you don't even know the algorithm of the software. Don't even know how it works. Don't even know when to implement it. So they tell you, okay, you need a microcontroller. You need processor. You need all of this. It's looking like they're saying, okay, how much is it?
Just before.
So eventually, you see that the whole thing becomes a story. And that's why I tell people now, if you come to me for help for a business, for example, if it's not what you have been doing, I will only give money for food. and I've seen it played.
Wow.
I've seen it played many times. I've seen people giving 20 million naira, 30 million naira. And when I was starting my business, I had a friend of mine whose parents actually rich. We went to Commerce University, and the father told him instead of masters of business, we both had mind of business. And the father asked him, business or masters? He said business. And the father gave him 5 million naira that year. I'm talking about 2012. 5 million naira. And next thing, he came to the island. He got a space. He set the space up and all of that. And this person right now, I don't know, just let me see what he's doing now, so that because he might probably see me and hear me. so you forgot, like, I actually came to tell the story. But really, just an example. Yeah. I actually have somebody who was very close to me who was giving 30 million naira at the time. And the money was actually exhausted because there was no infrastructure. So the skill for that business was not there. So just that because they got the money. I read somebody's story too, I think a few weeks ago, Mr. H2 or thereabouts. Yeah. I think he was given an amount because he was actually advocating for, I think, Cascade Water thereabouts. Yeah. And eventually, and later on, he said it's village people. Sometimes these are not true. So more like just moving from a margin of somebody that was working to a store owner. True. So he doesn't have the skill set to manage that capacity. So it's definitely going to shock him, and everything will go. So that's why for me, I think we are more of skill deficits than funding.
If the skills are lacking, then what technical competencies do you think agribusinesses need for their operations? I feel that the industry is evolving.
Sure.
As I think 10 years ago, or let me even go back a little, probably 20 years ago, we could hardly hear anything about precision farming.
Of course.
We could hardly hear anything about data. Even the people that are doing data are just doing it to just sell it.
Just sell it.
Yeah. So what technical competencies do you think agribusinesses need in their operation at this time? Because like you have said, we have skill deficits. Then we need to bridge that gap.
Okay, fine. It comes down to individual, which is point number one, willingness to learn. You know, like I was saying earlier, I said, it looks like many of times, like whatever we want to do is because of the interest of the proceed in it. Yes, you know, And that's why, okay, let me use myself. Okay, now I told myself this year, and I said, anybody that comes to me for training this year, beyond the money you are paying me, I want to know your willingness.
True.
If you are not having that willingness, that readiness,
Yeah.
if it's just you feel this is something good, if I do it, even one job like this, I'm fine. I'm not giving you the space to learn from me.
Okay.
So at least I want to have a record of success and excellence from whosoever I actually train. I've actually had, and I've seen people that they just come here and you see them like the resilience and the consistency is not in them, because they were after at least the benefits that the niche actually tends to give, why they are not ready to give in their input. So back to where we are coming from now. So if an individual is not willing to learn, that's a problem on its own first. So now, if you now have minds that are willing to now learn, so and I think we've had a lot of bodies in Nigeria now that are putting up conferences and a lot of things now to educate all of us. Yeah, sure. I think I've had the evidence from many of such there. Sure. So, but one thing that I'm still putting back is it is still our willingness as youths. If you are willing to learn and get the right knowledge, so before funding, but everybody clamors on funding first. Everybody. But for me, that is not what is required first. So I won't say we need more bodies setting up conventions. We have a lot. Even right now, as it is in the world now, there's nothing you want to learn that you not learn. Only if you don't want to learn.
Yes.
So sure. So and there's now room for you now to practice what you have learned, which many people don't want to do, and you get that most times with volunteering. Because you can't tell me that you are just doing this for the first time, you have not done it, and you're expecting me to be paying you 400,000 in a month. It cannot work. So I need to be sure, and that's one thing that I do. If I feel there's anything you do in this place right now, and I feel I want to learn it, and I've gone to learn it, and I want to prove if what I've learned is required, I will come and tell you that I want to work for you for free. So at least out of coming to that now, I'll be able to prove that what I've learned, have I learned well? Do I need to learn more? Okay, now, am I scalable? What I've learned? Okay, if yes, I cannot tell you that, okay, I think right now, this is actually my purpose why I've come to do this, and can I go? So now, that means if I thought you've learned, so find a means to volunteer and prove that, okay, now I've learned embedded system and I'm integrating into agriculture. So find farms where they do that. At least we have a lot of them already in Nigeria now. So go to them. Okay, I want to do this with you. So at know of very little as you can. So let me just be sure I know. So not that you've not put out and you're now tagging it something, and it's easy to package right now. Hey, I will do a very good proposal for you. And you're not smart enough. You just read and you feel like, wow, this is what I've been looking for. And by the time you bring them on board now and you commit them to resources, and the whole thing is off.
I see the damage has been done. Many organizations are trying to bridge that gap, putting things together and making it work. But I'm more concerned about the young people who are still in the institutions.
Okay.
Who are still like the current future of the tomorrow that we are talking about.
Okay, fine.
They are the future.
Yes.
And they are in schools now. They are learning agriculture, whether practical or theoretical. How or what role should institutions play in preparing or equipping their mind for an infrastructure agribusiness, for infrastructure secured agribusinesses? Because many of them still have the mind of making money. I've interacted with many young people in institutions, higher institutions, and why are you doing agriculture? There's money in agriculture. I want to just sell. And some will tell you that, whoa, I leave school like this. My head cannot take book again. Let me just enter agriculture, start selling. And how can institutions get them ready for the outside world? Because some of us were not told.
Yeah, we're not told.
I wasn't told. I'm still,
Okay. Okay, fine. I think, for me, for example, I started my business with training schools, with IT. So before we skilled and skilled. And my interest in fusion farming actually gave me a new model last year. And the new model is I want to start training schools on robotics. So which you've been doing already. And I tell my team, I said, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm channeling like a lot of I'm channeling my energy into agriculture and imputing technological services. and I want to build up a community from these young ones, so that in 5-10 years time, at least I can say that I have a community of people of like 1,000 to 5,000 that I can actually call on. And that's why now, so, and many of the things that I use in the embedded systems that will actually implement those solutions are things that we're using now in training them. So that is my own reason, number one, why I'm actually doing that at the moment. Even I tell my team, I said, I'm not doing this because of money. So if I actually want to do it because of money, I know where I should go to, and I know what I should be charging. So at least even me buying components alone and all of this, so it's costing me a lot. But the primary reason is, and that's why on our website now we have our learning stuff, or at least sure on it. And also we also take their data also. Also at least have them on board online too. So primarily so that we have that data of them already, and that as they grow, so that even I tell them that at least that on all of our farms, so I can say, okay, yeah, I have 10 students I can actually use here. Okay, at least they put to test what they've learned or what they are doing. And because I've had proofs of them too in software development, so I do that a lot too. So I've trained a lot of them too. A lot of young minds as far back as 15 years ago, 17, 10. And I see many of them and I say, wow, this is good. These are great ones now. And I can say, I have this job. Okay, do it for me. What's your take? All right, fine. Everybody, you're fine. So fine. And that is the same thing. So every time I say, I'm training them for precision farming. So not anything else. Does not mean that they cannot diversify. And does not mean that all of them will definitely come into it. Yeah. But at least, and we show them farms where this is actually implied. And it looks like, wow, this is great, this is awesome. So, and this is actually selling point. So, and I feel that I would say let's go of the ones that are already in university. Let's go of them. So let's go of them, because many of them looks like it has to be money now. So, but I feel that those ones, I said there's something called readiness. Yeah. So at least those ones now, I feel they do not have much pressure on them now to say that what I'm looking for is money. So now they're at the point whereby they're looking at knowledge. And you see where that transition comes is that even for the growing up ones, is at that point when they look at what they are doing and they could not figure out the life they're looking out for. Like, what I'm doing now, what's going to give me? And try to now look at their alumni. What has happened in this department? Exactly. Look like, nobody has come out well. Let me change my hand. So you get that point now. But because I have an instance of a boy that I trained in JS3 back then. I think that was 2017, doing his summer stuff, JS3 to JS1. So I trained him in web development that period. And I'm telling you, after the time, I kept on with him. What's up? So he was telling me his progress. And right now he's in Bells University. Okay. So I think it's 400 level thereabouts. So the last time we spoke now, he did a project for his school, and there was actually a competition that he participated in, and he took first. And MTN started paying his school fees, and they're paying him 400k every month. And he's working with MTN. So he works while he's in school, and while he's off school, he goes to MTN to resume, and they're paying him 400k per month. I think he's just 17 years old, and they're paying his school fees. So now, I'm telling you now, there is no need, right now, it's already getting to a point of need for money. But he has already built a system already to ensure that I am fine. So whatever I want is just for me to just keep leveraging on what I have got. And that's why I'm giving in and I'm advocating for those younger ones. So except the ones that are older, that are willing to. Okay. So because one thing is, if you are saying I want to give by force, Yuba will say that Yuba says that you can actually force a horse to the stream, you cannot force the horse to take the water. So now that means now left to individual. That means we should also be careful in our disposition of resources to say we want to train. So if the villain is not there, just give an account that we have spent also amount on training, and the output we are getting is not correlating with what we have imputed. So that's my point about it.
I slightly agree with you, but then I still feel that students in higher institutions, as much as they are money oriented, everybody knows that there is need for money, except you don't want to. Even if your daily living, sure. Is very needed. I feel that we need to attack this conversation from the point of agriculture is not only farming.
It's not only farming.
And they need to better position themselves, even to the technical side of agriculture.
Sure.
Beyond using O's, there was a time we used O's. Now there are tractors, there
Of
are
course.
harvesters
Of course.
that is doing the work now.
Of course.
How can these people, now not the younger ones now, the ones in the institution that is looking at you, how can they better position themselves for the technical side of agriculture? There is the precision farming, there is the data, there is the M&E, and
sure.
people use apps
Of
now
course,
to do all
enough
of these
apps
things.
now.
And it's somebody that is building it.
Sure.
For
I
example,
have people building it.
yeah, for example, the agriculture option as an app,
Okay.
where you have
Yeah.
several features. Discover, that's the conversation, the community. There's the LMS, the young ranchers.
Okay.
There is the M&E as well. There's the farm tender where you can buy and sell, just like an ecosystem. Now, this is somebody at the forefront of this innovation.
Yeah.
He's not in the farm making use of cutlass and all. So I need you to be able to talk to the young mind, how they can better position themselves, because really the industry has gone beyond what it used
It's
to
gone
be.
beyond, yes.
How can they position themselves for the technical side of agriculture?
Okay, fine. Number one, willingness. Now, for those that are willing and ready to learn, so the first thing is understand the scope of agriculture itself. Sure. And as vast as it is, sure. So there is room for at least for personal development on whatever aspect you're actually choosing in agriculture. So number one, understand the system. Fine. Then out of it now, so there's always problem in everything. So for example now, okay, even as much now that you've seen that this is a tractor, there are still problems with using tractor. So then the question is, for me as a business person now, how better can I do this thing? So that means there is room for innovation after knowledge. Even you have to keep asking that question. So that means when you've learned it, now, so the point now comes that, so what problem are you seeing? So now from the problem you are now seeing now, so now determine the kind of solution you are giving and the approach you are giving to the solution that you have actually gotten to. So for me now, so I think, so tech alone is wide on every sector, even in agriculture itself. Tech is very, very wide. It's very wide. I have a friend of mine that sells farm produce, and what she does is she sells directly to end users, and she has platforms where you come and order and you get your stuffs. So like you said, she does not go to the farm, she does not farm.
Yes.
So she collects from the farmers and she gives directly to where is needed. So she doesn't even have to bring it to the market and say, I'm having a spot here, so come and buy from me.
I get you.
So you want this, tell you, okay, now so quantity, you get it so time. So it still comes down to my first earlier point, which is saying that what you are made up of, who you are, your conviction. So why are you doing this thing? So one thing is there is space in the sky for everybody. So one thing is just identify your space and keep being better in your space. So it might not even be tech based at all. It might not even be tech based at all. It might just be in between a tech person and a farmer.
Liaison.
So it's not just for me now. I'm just saying that. So it's just you yourself. So what is this you? So if it is you, so how better would I do this? So look for that solution yourself. Okay, now this is how better I have been. Like I tell people, I say I am never afraid to give you my business model. It is not you. So it is not you. I can tell you whatever, every business idea I have right now, I can tell you this is what I want to do, this is how I want to do it. If it's not you, it will not. And if it is you, good. I'm happy that you are doing it also our hand. So it doesn't have to be only me. So I should have somebody else that I can also go to. I like collaboration over competition. I don't compete.
Beautiful.
So we collaborate. So how are you doing this? Can we do together? So fine. It's for me, making wealth is, you cannot make wealth alone. So that has to be a collection of, it has to be a community. So that is for you now. So just identify, this is actually what I've seen. If you are willing to go in agriculture, not all of us will be in agriculture. Because if you are all farming, who wants to eat without farming? Exactly.
We have a large population to eat.
No, I'm not saying. I mean, not all of us.
Okay.
Not all of us. Sure. So if you are farming, she's farming. He's farming. I'm farming. All of us are farming. You get now. Eventually, now the reason. That's why I said the reason for the farming now becomes abuse.
Well, if everyone is farming, maybe we will not only feed Nigeria or Africa. Probably we'll feed the whole
that
universe.
now comes to the government now coming to our head. Me, I'm not. For example, now I don't really make the difficulties of the country be an issue for me. So that's why I'm always looking like, while I'm still here, and according to the convention and the laws, so how I can go around it. So if I'm beginning to think, okay, now, fine, even I have somebody now that does this palm oil and takes them abroad. So and I also have somebody that buys palm oil and sends them abroad. So these two now, one of them does not farm at all, takes palm oil. So one buys seafood and does palm oil and sends. So like I said down, we have a lot of agricultural produce, a lot of them. So that means all of us can still engage in agriculture, not necessarily all of us having to farm. So because it's wide, so we have a lot of proceed, and we can always dissect and do better with them.
Beautiful. To the Nigerian youths, rephrase. To the Nigerian youth in agriculture, it is not only enough to be innovative. There is a place for willingness and growth. And you have had that from Mr. Timothy. Innovation is not enough. You need to be willing to learn, to grow. Having smart ideas will not only translate to a real agribusiness. And that is what Mr. Timothy has come here to tell you. So one last question.
Okay.
If you're advising a 20-year-old today, what infrastructure-related skill would you advise them to take in agriculture?
Okay, fine. I would prefer this broad course, which is mechatronics. Mechatronics.
Amazing.
So it's a combination of mechanical, electrical, and IT. So now I feel, I'm believing that with this particular course, so you have the option to solve problems across several boards. So, and which is not exempt in agriculture itself. So that means you have the knowledge to implement mechanical solutions, electrical solutions, and IT solutions. And with that now, even it's more like you are becoming a structure and a system on your own. So, and now bringing that to agriculture, now that means there are several options that you'll be able to solve in that sector. And with that, you are good.
I find that beautiful. Whenever I think of mechanical or electrical, in my mind, it's just maybe the tractor is having an issue on the farm. The mechanical engineer should come and fix
It's beyond that.
The engine. Because I grew up knowing mechanics as people that fix cars.
Robotics is an outcome of mechatronics.
That's beautiful.
So because having to combine motors together, giving them power, and programming them to do what an human is to do. So,
are you telling me you're advising them to start building robots to replace we humans?
It's already in place.
Yay! My God.
So it's already in place. Yeah, sure.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. T.
You're welcome.
And as we close today's episode, one thing stands out: innovation without infrastructure is fragile. Systems are not glamorous, but they are the backbone of sustainable growth. Agriculture will not transform through ideas alone. It will transform through reliable power, structured processes, technical competence, and strong human capacity. And perhaps most importantly, through young people willing to build the systems that power industries and communities. A big thank you to Timothy Aderemi.
Thank you very much.
That was a very insightful conversation. It shared deep insight into why infrastructure must come before innovation and how technical skill acquisition can shape the future of agribusiness in Nigeria, Africa, and the whole wide world. To everyone listening, I hope this conversation challenges you to think beyond trends and focus on building strong foundations. I remain Deborah Dairo, and this is the Grow Podcast. Until next time, build systems, build capacity, and keep growing. Bye.